him back. Regina took Aaron back. Oh no.
Did you guys just see that? The popcorn bowl just magically refilled itself. Magic or mistake? Hey YouTube, I'm your host Joss and welcome back to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel while you're here and stick around until the end of the video where I'll do some comment shoutouts. So no one is perfect, right? We all make mistakes, but one place we don't expect to see mistakes is in our movies. These actors are professional, these directors are legendary. The people involved in these movies are out there winning Oscar awards. They can't possibly make mistakes. Well, reality check, they can and they do, and I'm here to expose them all. Today I'm talking about the top 10 biggest movie mistakes you might have missed. Let me know in the comments if you caught any of these mistakes, but for now, let's get to it. Starting us off in the number 10 spot is Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl. One of the greatest movies of all time in my opinion, so how could there possibly be any mistakes? Well, there is one and it's absolutely ridiculous. Not to mention this mistake happened in the very last scene of the movie, so way to go out with a bang. If you've seen the movie, you know the last scene well, with Captain Jack Sparrow at the wheel and all the other pirates on deck. Well, the pirates aren't the only people on deck. If you look over Jack's shoulder to the left, you get a quick glimpse of a cowboy. A cowboy? Not literally a cowboy, but we can assume it's a crew member wearing a cowboy hat who was supposed to be out of the shot. You can see him standing there in his white tee, hat, and sunglasses just looking out to sea. It's outrageous how the shot even made it into the final scene. I'm not sure who to blame, the crew member or the editors. At the number 9 spot is a mistake found in the movie Mean Girls. I hate to think that there were things I missed in this film, seeing as I've seen it probably about 178 times. But prepare to be mind blown because I sure was. We can all remember the famous Halloween scene where Katie shows up to a Halloween party in a scary blood bride costume. She clearly missed the memo that every other girl at the party would be wearing some form of lingerie and calling it a costume. But needless to say, she rocks her look and sticks it out. It isn't until she sees her crush Aaron kissing Regina George that she leaves the party to go find comfort in her friends. In this hilarious scene, Katie shows up and scares the out of her friends Janice and Damien, who are watching a scary movie. We see the bowl of popcorn go flying into the air as Katie catches them off guard. But 2 seconds later, the bowl refills itself. You won't believe how noticeable it actually is now that I've pointed it out to you. But this is a mistake I can forgive because the movie is so damn good. In the number 8 spot is a mistake coming from the movie American Pie. This one makes you feel a little bit ridiculous that you didn't notice such an obvious mistake. In the bedroom scene with Steve Stifler, the girl he's talking to is holding a cup of beer. Casual, right? Well, when we first see the cup of beer, it's a clear cup, which shows us that it's full and that it is in fact beer. But the camera goes off of her, and when it comes back to her, she's holding a blue cup. The camera then goes back off of her again, and when it comes back to her, guess what? Her cup is clear again. Throughout the scene, her cup keeps alternating from blue to clear. Totally noticeable and totally ridiculous. Maybe the editor got a hold of some beer while working on this scene. Sliding into number 7 comes a mistake from the Disney classic Bambi. I think we all get a bit of the benefit of the doubt with this one because in our defense, we most likely watched this movie as a kid, so there's no way we noticed this mistake. Plus, rumor has it that this mistake has now been fixed in DVD versions, but on the VHS you will still see the brutal mess up. In the scene with the raccoons, you see one raccoon in their shelter licking a baby raccoon clean. Then you see another raccoon coming into the shelter carrying 2 raccoons in its mouth. But as they place the raccoons down on the ground, you see a 3rd raccoon magically teleport from the first raccoon's mouth over to the other raccoons. It's so poorly done that the 3rd raccoon actually appears on the ground before he even puts the other ones down, and the first raccoon still remains licking where the teleported raccoon once was. All I can do is give this one a head shake. At number 6, we have a noticeable mistake from the movie 10 Things I Hate About You. This one hurts me to watch because it's actually an acting mistake. As a fellow actor, I almost get secondhand embarrassment while watching this one. During the outdoor gym class scene, Bianca accidentally shoots the gym teacher with an arrow. In the moment when Joey approaches her, you can see a student runs away from the teacher to go get help. But just after a few strides, you see the actor stop and look back at the camera. Lord have mercy on this actor. I mean, I get it, honest mistake. I'm sure she thought she was off screen, but as a student helping a teacher who was just struck by an arrow, you don't just give up. Hopefully that teacher was okay. okay? Swiping the number 5 spot is a scene from the classic musical Grease. Because it was so much fun in number 6 to witness bad acting, I say we do it all over again with this one. There is a scene in Grease where a waitress attempts to turn off a light switch with her elbow because her hands are full, which makes perfect sense. You can see the actor carrying a tray full of things, which would mean if she had to turn off the lights, she would indeed need to find another way, like her elbow. The plan of this scene was a solid one, but the execution of it, not so much. In the movie, you can see the waitress go to turn off the light switch with her elbow, but completely miss the switch. Like, not even close. Her elbow doesn't even touch the light switch, but touches the wall underneath it. The worst part is the lights turned off anyways. So rather than redoing the scene, either the director didn't notice it or the editor just tried to ignore it. Once you watch it back again, you can't help but laugh. In at number 4 comes the classic movie The Terminator. This mistake is incredibly obvious and almost unexplainable. I can't figure out why or how it even happened. When the Terminator's stolen police car is shown up close in the parking garage, you can see the motto on the left side of the car which says to care and to protect. However, after the car crashes, you can see the motto again on the left side, but this time it says dedicated to serve. It's almost like they used a completely different car for the crash scene because you can see the changes in the car's trim and details as well. Maybe they needed to use a different car for the crash stunt and forgot the rule of consistency? So which is it, Terminator? Are you dedicated to serve or do you care and protect? Taking over the number 3 spot is a funny scene from the movie Pretty Woman. People have called this movie the modern update of Cinderella. If you haven't seen it, it's the story of a businessman named Edward who picks up a hooker named Vivian while on a business trip in LA. After he hires her to stay with him for the weekend, the two get closer, only to discover there are hurdles to overcome since they come from very different worlds. Actress Julia Roberts took on the role of the hilarious hooker. So where does the mistake come in? During one scene, Julia is sitting at the table chomping down on a croissant, and seconds later, it magically turns into a pancake. That mistake might catch your eye, but the mistake that happens right after probably won't. Once she's chomping down on the new pancake, you can see her take the second bite twice on the same pancake. Oh Julia, what a rookie mistake. At number 2 we have the trending mistake from Star Wars A New Hope. It's a classic movie mistake and one that's deeply entrenched in the Star Wars universe. In one of the scenes where the stormtroopers come walking through the door, you can see a stormtrooper hits his head on the top of the sliding door. This mistake has been trending all over the internet and was turned into hilarious memes poking fun at the hilarious mistake. Star Wars creator George Lucas even tried to reference the bump later on in 2002 Star Wars episode Attack of the Clones by having Jango Fett bump his head. George Lucas implied that the later stormtrooper is a clone of Jango's and that all stormtroopers have inherited the clumsiness of bumping their head. Good save, George, but I'm not buying it. Taking our number 1 spot is a scene from the movie American Sniper, an absolutely incredible movie, which is why it's such a shame that this one scene made it into the movie. There's a very slim chance that you watched this scene and didn't catch on to the very obvious mess up. It's been talked about all over social media and every time I watch it, it doesn't get any easier. It's seriously cringeworthy, guys. In one of the scenes, actor Bradley Cooper had to be holding a baby in the nursery. You would think that with a legendary actor like Cooper, they would use a CGI or, you know, a real baby, but instead they decided to go with a fake plastic one. One that looks nothing like a real baby and has zero movement to it because it's plastic. The worst part about the scene is you can actually see Bradley using his thumb to make the baby's hand move. My emotion right now is that emoji with the girl's hand in front of her face. Like, I just want to give my head a smack when I see this. Apparently I'm not the only one though. Bradley Cooper himself felt just as ridiculous about this scene as we all did. After being asked about it on the Ellen DeGeneres show, Cooper said, "I couldn't believe that we were working with a plastic baby. I was like, this is nuts." Glad you think so too, Brad. What a disaster. Well, that's it, guys. I've exposed the entertainment world and all their mistakes. Let me know in the comments if you caught any of these and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Let's check out some of my other comments from my other video, top 10 movies that are based on true events. Russell Reddy says, "My fave is Amityville. I've been in the actual house and it's scary." That is so cool. That's officially on my bucket list. Austin Stillwell says, "I think there should be a theme like top 10 horror movies based on true stories if you can." Well, I can. Stay tuned, Austin. I might take you up on that idea. Chloe Gaskin says, "Soul Survivor and The Blind Blindside are my fave based on real event movies. Oh my god, Blindside was so good. JP says, no wonder why I don't go swimming anymore. JP, I get that. Every time I'm in open water, all I think about is every shark movie basically replaying in my head. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you liked it, give this video a big thumbs up, and for now, I will see you next time.